Welcome to Red Bandana Gaming, the channel where Logan will show you everything from gameplay to gear. Their crew is here to take you on a journey through every atmosphere. Releases to news, you don't have to choose. Red Bandana Gaming is here for you.
Hey everybody, Logan here, and yeah, you see what we're talking about. I know I wanted to come out with this video yesterday evening after the Nintendo Direct, but we had dinner plans. So, needless to say, I didn't go, but I had a good time at dinner. This video, I never thought I would go this in depth on a Nintendo Direct, but holy moly. I'm going to say something that's going to be quite controversial. I'm actually going to bring up my list here. No, you guys can't see it. I can. This is a little controversial statement I'm going to make. Nintendo. Nintendo's been doing a bang-up job in basically saying, hey, do you even need to own any other console? If you only own the Nintendo Switch, you're good. Yeah, you don't get Halo, you don't get Gears of War, you don't get Gran Turismo 7, you don't get Forza, you don't get God of War, but so? And this is coming from a guy who loves Halo, Gears, Forza, and is really looking forward to Gran Turismo. So, like this Direct had got me so, And the only reason I actually watched it late, because I watched the last episode of Book of Boba Fett, and that's a little controversial to some people, but I don't think it was that bad. I know what they're doing. Disney needs to make money. Smart. But they are going to bring the fans back. But that's not what we're talking about. See, I go off on my Star Wars tangents, but I'm going to have to break this down, and I decided to make a list. I had to go through the Nintendo Direct again after I saw it, which I did this morning, and I was like, okay, I wanted to break it down to just basically top 10 reveals or announcements. And I was like, which ones do I do? So I decided to do top 10 reveals. And with before we get into that list, I'm going to go over a few honorable mentions that I wanted to fit into the video, but I couldn't. And I think Nintendo, they crushed it. Now, I won't be talking about anything that we've already seen, like Kirby, for example, which that looked amazing. And I was like, this might be the first time I buy a Kirby game day one. Holy moly. But we're not going to talk about that because, or Splatoon 3, because this is just more, and we're expecting those. We know about these. So I decided to make this, I guess, the top 10, or the best 10, I think I'm going to call it top 10 reveals of Nintendo Switch Direct for February 2022. Fantastic. Had me on the edge of my seat. But before we get into that list, like we said, I'm going to talk about the honorable mentions. I'm going to go through them real quickly. Not going to show any gameplay footage of those. We're just going to go through the list, and I'm going to give you an idea of why I think so. So the top honorable mentions, I would say, is Disney Speedstorm. It's a Mario Kart game featuring Disney characters. If it wasn't free to play, I think it would be better, but hey. Star Wars Force Unleashed. Fantastic. Finally, one of my favorite Star Wars games, which originally was canon, and it's debatable now. They say it's not, but we'll find out if they try to retcon it, but I don't think so. But the fact that this is coming to the Switch, I'm down for it. I bought it when it came out on the 360. Now I'm going to get it here. Portal Companion Collection. You got Portal 1 and 2. Love the Portal games. So much fun. I mean, the story's fantastic, the music's great, GLaDOS is hilarious, and it really makes you think. It's a great game. Now, we got the SD Gundam Alliance. If you're a Gundam fan, it's great. I just didn't think they were going to go with another chibi style, but I like kaiju kind of stuff. Again, I'm a big Power Rangers fan, so I like that kind of thing. And this one's a little more chibi, but I'm definitely going to look into this. And my friend John, You need to get yourself a Switch. You got SD Gundam Alliance. Remember that. And then the last one would be the Metroid Dread update, which I think is a really cool update. It changes the difficulties. You get the boss rush mode, and it's all for free. So the reason that didn't make it into the top 10, because it's just a simple update. It was really cool to see that they're still adding content onto it. It's one of those games. I loved it. I just need to go back and finish it. But there you go. I'm real quick touched on those 5. Now, we're going to go in order of which they were shown on the Nintendo Direct. Ooh. Here we go. Let me get comfortable here. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to draw out the video. I'm just like, let's get into meat and the potatoes. So, the first one that we saw is Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. I was not expecting this. There was rumors about a new Fire Emblem game, maybe a sequel to Three Houses, or a new Fire Emblem altogether. Nobody expected a Warriors game. I love Fire Emblem. I love the series. Fire Emblem Three Houses, I did not. I felt it was more like a Harry Potter Fire Emblem. I wasn't a big fan of the kids in the schools and then having to build relationships with the... I like Fire Emblem Awakenings. That was great. Conquest, fantastic. So, to see this, I was like, oh, cool. Okay, I will go back and finish Three Houses just because, well, I want to finish it. I got about halfway through it and I'm like, And most of the relationships I kind of skipped or let the computer would do its thing. This one, they didn't really go into any of that, but it looks really cool, and I do like Dynasty Warriors games and Samurai Warriors. I like those games. So I'm really going to look into picking this up. It's in the Fire Emblem series, so I will definitely pick this up. I think it was great. Now, the next one did absolutely nothing for me. I don't care about soccer. I'm going to probably upset a few of you, but oh well, it's like the worst sport ever. It's the most boring sport ever. That's why Mario Strikers Battle League, they had to change it up because FIFA's boring. I'm sorry. I actually enjoy golf more. Yeah, but you guys know I'm not a sports guy. I do like baseball. So, with that being said, I thought it looked pretty cool what they were adding. I was hoping for a Super Mario, what was it, Sluggers? The baseball one. But of course I'd be wanting that one. I guess there's a market for this, but it looked really cool. I will say visually it looked great. I like the fact that you can do armor upgrades. That was pretty nifty. So I do like what we saw out of this, and it's definitely an interesting reveal. I did not expect this whatsoever. Now, at the end of this list, I will tell you a few that I wish we saw, but hey, we didn't. So, next is going to be the front mission games. What? Yes, who saw that coming? And I am clumping them together because 2 didn't really get anything besides a little mention at the end. And that's Front Mission First. It's a remake of the tactical mech game called Front Mission. And I have that one on the Super Famicom, I think is where I have it. I don't have the... No, I don't have the Super Nintendo version. I have the Super Famicom version. And I really enjoy strategy games and mech games. Unfortunately, I couldn't play too much of it because of the language barrier. So trying to find the Super Nintendo version has been a pain. And it's been rather expensive. So now seeing that this is coming out, I really would recommend the Front Mission games. Again, like I said, I like tactics-based games, i.e., Fire Emblem. So getting this, and now I can just upgrade the mechs and all that, and then at the end of it they said Front Mission 2 remake is coming, and they make it all look pretty and everything, and I'm like, yeah, Front Mission. I really went, Front Mission! I pointed at this, my wife just looks at me, I'm like, okay. Because I was watching it right before she was getting ready so we could go out, and I'm watching it while she's doing her thing, and and then she looks out, she peeps her head out the bathroom. I'm like, okay, yeah, it was front mission. It really got me. So don't sleep on that one. That one's going to be epic. Front mission first and front mission 2. Number 4 would definitely be Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition. Yes, who saw that coming? I wanted Chrono Trigger, but hey, Chrono Cross. I remember playing that back on the PS1. And sadly, I only got to play it through a demo. I remember going to a Walmart near the end of the PS1's life after the holidays, and they just had these large bins full of PS1 games. And I had just gotten I think I've had my PS1 for about a year. I got it pretty late, maybe 2 years at that time. And I saw these games and I looked at that. I was like, oh, Chrono Cross. I don't know what this is about. I'm going to pass. And I picked up something else. To be honest, I don't even remember what I picked up. But the games were on sale for like $5 to $10 for all these games. And sadly, I didn't have a job at that time. I was still pretty young. It was like I was in 9th grade. And I passed on this game. And then I later was able to acquire the game. And I got it. And but it was so much further on, I never went back and played it, and I think I have it digitally on PS3 or something like that. But I always wanted to play this game, and like I said, I own the game. Now to be able to play it on the Switch, where I know I will play it because I will have my Switch. I have one of my Switches all the time, whether it's the one that I'm playing here in the office, the one that I use for the game capture, my OLED, which is my main Switch, or my Switch Lite, which I play on my Pokemon on. Excuse me. And yeah, so that's definitely going to be a pickup. Can't wait for that. Number 5. Let's get a little faster. I'm going a little too long. Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series. Who? Yeah, I sound like an owl. Who ever thought we'd see another Klonoa game? Klonoa. What was the last one we saw? What, on the Wii? On the Wii? And don't get me started on the Wii. They really went in the Wii on this one. It looks great. The game looks fantastic. They just did a little small trailer and went, wait, what was it? Oh, it's Klonoa. Whoa! And if you never played it, it started on the PS1. It was a platforming game with, I guess, it looks like a little doggy guy. I don't know what he was. I just remember playing it. I never owned it. I played it on a demo, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But back in the day, again, like I said, you had to pick and choose. You couldn't just buy everything you wanted, like, well, I kind of do now. So with that being said, I was a little, a little taken aback. And I thought it was really cool to see this coming out. And wow, I'm sure it's not only coming to the Switch. Hey, maybe it is an exclusive. I don't know. I haven't seen anything where it's coming to the other consoles. But one more reason to say, wow, these classic games, Nintendo's really hitting out of the park. So that was really cool to see that. Klonoa, wow. Which actually leads me into number 6. And that's Live Alive? Okay, it's a Japanese exclusive RPG back from the Super Nintendo / Super Famicom era that we never got here in the States. I've known of it, never got to play it, of course, because it was never localized, not in English. So it's one of those you wish you could get, and now we got. Dang near 30 years later, we get it. But hey, this game looks really fantastic. And at first I was... The images they showed, I was like, wait, are we getting a new Mother game? Are we getting a new Earthbound? Which, again, leads me to something later. But they said Live Alive. The guy pronounced it a couple different ways, but as far as I understood, it was Live Alive. But some people are saying it Live Alive. I'm not 100% sure. So... yeah, but doesn't matter. I still want this game. It looks fantastic. Cannot wait to finally get my hands on this RPG after dang near 30 years. Wow. Anybody believe the 90s were about 1992 was 30 years ago? 30 years ago? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Well, there we go. That is a fantastic announcement. That was great. And the next one, number 7, was just holy moly Nintendo Switch Sports. Who saw them again? Another Wii game. Or the last time we saw this was it was we had Wii Sports, then Wii Sports Resort. The only thing that kind of irked me in this one, they did change the Miis. They actually look like full body people, but I get that. And one other thing, there's no baseball. They took out baseball, but you still got the bowling. They're going to add the tennis. They're going to add other things. You know, we start out with what was it, 6 of them, and I think this is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun title. They did a whole thing where they actually showed how they're playing each other and how they're playing against, I guess, how the online would work, and they're doing that online test. So you got a couple days to play that. I think this is going to be cool. It's definitely going to be one I'm going to pick up. Besides the Mario Strikers, I'm still on the fence about this. I think everything that I've announced on this list, or mentioned on this list, because I haven't announced it, Nintendo announced it, I'm going to buy. I'm definitely going to buy. Well, except for the next 2, I don't have to, because if you're a Nintendo Switch Online subscriber, number 8 is free to you, and that's Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings. I was watching RGT 85 the other day, and he was saying how Nintendo's pretty much given up on the NES and SNES games, and I was like, "You right, bro. You right." That turned him into a liar. That turned us into a liar. Me into a liar. And you know what? That's fine. That is fine. They said, "Hey, hold my Goomba juice," because I don't think they... Goomba juice, that's gross. I don't think the guys at Nintendo ever have any beer. I can't think of... Whatever. Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings. So we're getting 2 new ones for Nintendo Switch Online, which I think is fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to it because Earthbound Beginnings was never released over here. We had Earthbound and that was it. So to see this come as part of the Nintendo Switch Online is great. I did buy it originally on the eShop. No, I shouldn't say the eShop. Yeah, it was the Nintendo eShop back for the Wii and the Wii U. I bought them both. And I got about halfway through the game, and then other games came out, and we all know how that works. So I really did like Earthbound. I never played it back in the day on Super Nintendo because I had never heard of it until probably the late N64 era, early GameCube, and I'm like, what's Earthbound? When because I think I started working at GameStop right before the GameCube came out, so late N64, and I'd never heard of Earthbound. And when I did, it was already an arm and a leg. Now it's 2 arms and 2 legs in terms of price. But hey, maybe this will drive down the cart prices. Maybe, we'll see. But that is an awesome announcement. 2 more editions, 3 with your subscription. Now this next one. Nintendo, you dirty dogs. Now, a lot of people were expecting an announcement of Mario Kart 9. Nintendo went, no, you know how many millions of people own Mario Kart 8? So they just pretty much put Mario Kart 9 into Mario Kart 8. 48 DLC tracks. 48 for $24.99. They could have made Mario Kart 9 with that. They're like, no, let's just put it in and all the people that already own it will probably make more money. Smart. Mario Kart 9 will probably be a Switch 2 game. It'll be a Switch 2 exclusive, and we might get a launch title with it, but that's all speculation. But right now, Nintendo really decided to go ham with the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. And that's a lot of tracks, and what makes it even better, if you're one of those $50 subscribers to Nintendo Switch Online, like myself, I thought it was worth the N64 games and the Animal Crossing. I was like, okay, that's cool, I like that, but you know, I wouldn't mind some other stuff. And then 48 tracks for free. Well, with purchase. They're included. So if you already have it, which I already do, I will definitely be going back to play Mario Kart 8 again. Because I played the crap out of Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm not an online player. I really like playing the tracks by myself or with friends. And wow. The fact that they just added this is a fantastic addition. Fantastic. So much worth. So much value, so much greatness, all in one little free package if you have the $50 one, and you're going to see subscriptions shoot through the roof because now people will pay the $50 for N64, Animal Crossing, and Mario Kart 8 DLC, and they keep it as long as they subscribe, and I think it's a fantastic deal. Well, that also includes NES and Super NES games, Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings. Nintendo, you listen. And now for the final. So this video is running a little longer because I got a little winded here. But man, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I was shocked. I was not appalled, but I was shocked. I was like, say what? I really liked Xenoblade Chronicles, but I wasn't a big fan of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I didn't like the characters. I couldn't get into it. I played it for a few hours and I was like, eh. It was mainly the characters that didn't get me. And I have a big issue when the characters don't get me, I can't get the game. Continue. I couldn't keep playing the game because the characters just kind of made me go, eh. But in Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles X, the characters are fantastic. And I really liked Shulk, and I liked all of it. I really like them. So now that 3 is coming out, it's going to be a day one purchase for me. I cannot wait for this. I think this is where Nintendo and Monolith are really hitting it out of the park. And to think, we almost didn't get the Xenoblade series. Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles, we almost didn't get that. So I'm glad we did. And this is, I think, one of their heavy hitter series. And I think that's fantastic. So those are my top 10 reveals. And of course, like I said, the first 5 were honorable mentions. I mentioned those. And now I'm going to quickly, just very quickly, cover what I wanted to see, which we didn't. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, the Metroid Prime 4, and God, I want another Star Fox or F-Zero something. It could have been anything, even something. I don't care. It could have been something, but mainly the fact that there was no Metroid and no Zelda, it just kind of went, oh. But everything else was so great that I forgot about it until right now. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video, and if you made it to the end of the video, comment down below, say something like switchy switch. Type in switchy switch if you made it to the end of the video, and then I will give you a little heart because I know you made it all the way through. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video, head on over to redbandanagaming.com, follow us on our socials, make sure you check out our spring link in the description below where you can get all kinds of great Red Bandana Gaming merch, just like this shirt here, where you can really help and support the channel. And again, thank you guys so much. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.